It's that time of year again where I get to draw unicorns the entire month, and I'm extremely happy because I love unicorns. It's Junicorn, and this isn't all of the Junicorns I am going to do. At the moment, it's all the ones I've done, but there's more coming. At the beginning of the month, I asked my patrons, actually, I guess before the beginning of the month, I asked my patrons to give me 3 emoji sets. So you've probably seen it before, the 3 emoji challenge, where you create a character or a design based off of a set of 3 emojis. I thought that would be an excellent prompt series for making my Junicorns. So I got a bunch of suggestions from them, and like enough to do tons of unicorns. So I've got some more coming, but here's the first 4 I've worked on. I've been working on them on stream. If you haven't followed or you don't know, I have a Twitch now. Our internet's good enough for it, so I've been streaming over there, and I've been working on my Junicorns over there while I've been streaming. So you see me hand talking a lot. It's me talking to the people watching me. So the first unicorn I worked on, the prompts were a pumpkin, I guess a jack-o'-lantern, an owl, and fall leaves. So I ended up with this unicorn design. I didn't want to make it where it was just directly the prompts. I wanted to have more of like a feeling from the prompts, to make it more, what's the word? A cohesive design that just sort of is inspired by them, not necessarily a direct correlation. So in this case, I gave it like a fluffier fur that was more akin to feathers. I gave it the heart-shaped face, like those barn owls and the like have. I also gave it really big eyes for that purpose too. I was thinking like the nocturnal big eyes. The pumpkin, I kind of was more so leaning towards the oranges and the warm colors. And I also gave it, the little horn is almost like a little tree branch or like a pumpkin stump handle. What do you call that? Stem? There we go. That's the word. I made that a little bit closer to that. And then the fall leaves, I also included that kind of idea with the feathery, fluffy shape. I was thinking also like layered leaves. And again in the colors, because it was, you know, browns and earthy tones. So I thought that would work really well with this, this shape and color scheme. Oranges, browns, very earthy colors. I was having lots of fun painting these on stream. It was handy to have some immediate feedback or people to bounce the ideas off of. So that was kind of fun. As a result, I think my Junicorns turned out really interesting. Being able to like say what I was thinking and see if people thought that made sense. This one was probably the easiest and the simplest of them, which is why I chose it first. I wanted to kind of get into doing this without, well, like mermaid, without discouraging myself too early on. I also liked giving it like little chunky feet as opposed to like the little stilts I usually use. And I had painted in the eyes with just watercolor before, and it looked not great. So you can see here I'm going back in. I took some black wash and I used that to do the pupils so that they were nice and dark, and to fix them. I had kind of screwed up the shape of the pupils. And then I went back in and I also painted the irises with a gold paint. So you can't see it there, but at the end of the video I'll have like a still of each of the paintings. You can kind of see the shiny gold on its eyes. The second set of prompts was a daisy, a frog, and a toadstool. And you can see my terrible, horrible sun in the middle there that I just did not love. But I got a bunch of sketches done, and this one was kind of a funky one. At first, I thought, oh, I should do something very like cottagecore, very delicate and interesting. And then I thought, no, I want to make this one really weird, because frogs are weird, mushrooms are weird, and I thought it'd be fun to make this weird like swamp unicorn. So that's how this design came to me, and yeah, it's very fun. The horn, I made a little mushroom just because I just thought that was the funniest thing. I also included like some frog colors and patternings for like the poison frogs, because I thought it would be not a very big unicorn. And, you know, there's like the lore of like, oh, if you eat the flesh of a unicorn, you're immortal. Well, this one, if you eat it, you'll die. But if you lick it, you'll get real fucked up. I also wanted to give it that big, long frog tongue. So I went in and I kind of wrapped it around its own body so it could be trying to catch a bug. I also added in, from the toadstool, it looked like a fly agaric, which has that, whatever it's called, a skirt kind of thing that comes down the stem. So I put that around the neck thinking that would look kind of neat, this like little ruffle part way down. And then I also went in and I added, because of the daisy, I wanted to add some like other petally details, so that's why I made the tail kind of a little petally fluff, and then I add the like petal shapes to the backs of the legs as well. I made this guy really brightly colored. I looked up a few different poison dart frogs, and I'd seen one that was basically red on top and blue on the bottom. And I thought I would incorporate those colors because it'd just be so striking. Especially compared to what I normally paint. I usually use like very soft pastel tones. So I went in with that bright blue and the bright red, and I also included some like white spots so it looked a little bit more, again, like the toadstool, and to incorporate some of that white color from the daisy petals as well. After all my painting was done, I kind of went back in with a white jelly roller, just doing my best to kind of highlight some spots, just so it looked kind of like shiny and slick, because I wanted it to look not necessarily furry everywhere, a little more amphibian. And you can see I drew a little bee for it to be trying to catch. I thought that was pretty cute. The third set of prompts that I did was a ball of yarn, a peach, and a sunrise. And at first I wasn't really sure how I wanted to do this one. The peach and the sunrise were pretty easy, you know, like bright colors, warm pinks and yellows and oranges. And I thought, you know, I could give it a big spiky mane for the sun rays. But the yarn, actually, I didn't really know what to do. I was thinking about maybe adding the yarn texture to the hair, but I didn't really think that would come across. And as I was drawing it, because I was streaming, I mentioned like, oh, maybe I could put the stripy, you know, like how yarn is woven so it looks stripy if you just sort of glance at it, put that on the legs. And then I realized, what if instead of it, you know, me just trying to incorporate this shape, I made it a zebra, because it has that same stripy corded look that a string of yarn does. So like I said, I'm not doing these directly from reference, from the prompts. I'm trying to incorporate the prompts in a way that, I don't know, feels very organic and they kind of flow together. So I thought a great way to represent that yarn was to do the stripy zebra stripes. How many times am I going to say stripes? Probably a lot. This one is actually pretty easy to do. After that point, I drew it rearing up. I mixed a few pinks and yellows and oranges, and it was pretty quick going. I also added this really nice gold back triangle, just so that it would have something kind of interesting going on. Since it wasn't quite as elaborate as the last one I did, I thought I should give it a little more pizzazz, so I did this nice gold triangle so that it has a nice reflective metallic surface behind it to kind of look at. The last set of prompts were probably, for this batch, the most different set of prompts, but I was really excited to try it once I saw them. I didn't really have a great idea going in, but I was very excited to try and combine a ghost, an owl, and a bikini. And one of the folks watching the stream suggested I just draw a unicorn in the bed sheet, ghost bed sheet, wearing a bikini over top, trying to do the like sexy girl outfit. And while it wasn't the final product, it was very funny and I laughed a lot, so I doodled it. What I ended up going with, though, was very ghost-based. I thought it'd be cool to have it very ethereal and ectoplasmy. And then to get that owl shape in, I went back again with the big eyes and the little heart face, because I really like that design, and I thought, since I'm not giving it back legs and I want to give it some more character, we'll give it some wings, just like an owl has. And then the bikini, I sort of used as as a template for how to do markings on it instead of trying to incorporate an actual bikini or giving it boobs. So I went in, and you can see on the sketch to the side where I've blocked out kind of where I want it to have a different color. And then I went in and I inked it. Instead of my normal black, I wanted it to be a lot softer looking, so I went in with this blue Copic, I think it's a 3 inking pen. This is water fast, and I think it's supposed to also be good with alcohol markers, but I don't tend to use them as much anymore, so I couldn't tell you for sure. And then I went in and I did solid lines anywhere that wasn't obstructed, and any lines that were in behind another set I tried to do with this broken line dotted approach to give it that feel of like being see-through, a little ethereal. And then I thought this would be a great opportunity to make an entire painting completely out of transparent iridescent paints. If I had been thinking ahead of time and planned, I would have put a shape in behind so that the iridescence layered over top of it, but I didn't think of that idea until the very end, and I was very disappointed. And I did test out on my sketchbook if I could layer it, the opposite way, put the solid, just plain color over top of those, and if the iridescence would still sort of work. It didn't. It muted all the iridescence. It didn't look like it was transparent on top. It looked like it was solid on top of transparent, if that makes sense. But that's okay. It's still a very fun design. This may end up being one of the stickers for next month because I can do it on a transparent sticker and make it very ghosty looking. I think it'd be really cute. So the set I used for the transparent watercolors, iridescent watercolors, was my Jasmine Faye sets. You can see there that green with the blue over top was me seeing if I could do this background. But I used 2 different sets from Jasmine Faye, her Interstellar set and her Halloween set. So I had, actually no, I don't think I used the Interstellar set now that I think of it. I used entirely the Halloween set because I used Ghost Fart and Spooky Boogie. So I thought it worked well. And then yeah, because my idea for the background was going to work out, I kind of gave it this very soft, broken, just sort of textured little just color chunk behind it instead. I thought it turned out pretty cute. I think they're all pretty cute. I'm very excited to paint some more unicorns. I hope you're excited to see me paint more unicorns because there's going to be more unicorns and more videos about them. And if you join me on my streams, you can watch me paint them live and maybe help me make better plans for the next time. And if you'd like to support me, you can join my Patreon at patreon.com/Miggea. You can get works in progress, early access to videos, help me pick my prompts, and if you join the right tier, you can get stickers and a postcard every month. In the meantime, though, I'd like to thank the Patreons who currently are supporting me: Atticus Jackson, So Spice, Audrey McAvoy, Olivia White, Sarah Flanagan, Philippa Riggs, Tasha Red Fox, Friday Norvell, Rory, Jesse's Grill, and Andrew Wilson. You all are awesome. Thank you so much. And at the end of the video, you'll see what next month's rewards are. Bye!